Come and sew with me. Let's get social. You know it ain't that hard to do. Let's get social.
Hello, hello, hello. Happy Friday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I have missed everyone. I know it was suddenly unavailable last week because y'all know I had allergies and I just literally woke up and I was no good. And as the day went on, no matter what I did, I was not getting better. So it literally last night I started feeling better a little bit. As you can see, my voice is still not 100%, but I am back. I feel a lot better than I did a week ago. I don't know what it is. I think I'm at this point. I think I just need to get my tonsils out. I don't know what's going on, but I have allergies all year long, and then it just has these like flare-ups. I don't really know what's going on, but anyway, I'm happy to be back on time because literally I have tonight to make my grandson's Halloween costume, because Halloween is next Friday and I'm traveling next week. So it is tonight or never. Hey Lala, I'm feeling so much better. Let me tell you, way better than I did this time a week ago. So thank you so much for asking. Thank you for hopping on. Thank you for joining. So we are going to be using this simplicity pattern. We're going to be hacking this pattern. It's been a minute since we hacked patterns together, but we're going to be hacking this pattern, Simplicity 9159, and we're going to be hacking view A. So I think I need to figure out how to put my assets up there, my pictures, but my grandson, he wanted to be an avocado for Halloween. So I went and found I was trying to find a pattern to use, and that was as close as I could get to making this avocado. So this was the inspo right here, not the legging. Oh, not the leggings, but just this one, this part right here. This is the inspiration. And then this was also kind of the inspiration because he's going to be 3. So I'm not doing the in between the legs part. I'm going to do it more like this is going to be more like the style. So a zip down the front. Oh, which reminds me, I have to get the zipper. I forgot the zipper. A zip down the front and then open around the arms and then kind of some elastic around the leg and then kind of a hoodie a little bit to go on his head. The last couple of Halloweens have actually been quite warm, but I think when I'm looking at the weather, and as y'all know, looking at the weather a week ahead of time is not a good idea because it's never accurate, but it looks like it's supposed to be a lot cooler this Halloween than it has been the last previous. Thank you, Lala. I'm excited to see exactly how it's going to turn out because, again, we are hacking this. And so we're really using this for 2 purposes. 1, to help us get the sizing right. And 2, it has some of the features. It has the hoodie. It has the middle cutout piece that we need for the avocado. Inside of the avocado, I'm adding a piece for the pit. Yeah, so it has a lot of the things that we need to make this work. So with that in mind, I'm going to go up here and get my zipper because I forgot to pull my zipper out. So I'm going to do that really quick and then we're going to get started. I am so mad I forgot to pull that zipper out. I'm sitting here thinking I got everything. Whoa, that was not good. Thinking I got everything. And I do not. So y'all gonna see me step up here real quick. Normally I use my big ladder, and it has like a little shelf at the top when I have to go up there, so I don't have to pull stuff all the way down. But I'm gonna keep this green out, even though this ain't that's not the green I really want. I want a dark green. If I had more time, I would have looked for the exact green that I want, which is a really dark green, or I got all these, but I don't think I have. Oh, wait a minute. Is this? Nope. A turquoise. I don't think I have. Oh, wait a minute. What's this? We're going to make that one work. Right there. All right. We found something. So I'll leave that right there. All right. So first things first is I'm going to swap out my thread. And I've been also debating whether or not I take the zipper all the way to the bottom or not. And I think I'm not. I think I'm just going to make it like an over the head. Just make the zipper go down like halfway, but not all the way. I think I'm going to make it just go halfway. So, hi, Shanika. Thank you. Hey, Sabs. Thank you for joining. I'm very excited about this. Let me tell you, I'm so excited. This will be the third Halloween costume that I'm making for my grandson. And like I said, I'm very excited about it. This is I guess the green. Let me check. Make sure this is the green. I think this is the green I'm using. Oh yeah, this one is probably better. Yeah, that's better. We're going to use this one. We're going to use this green because it's like 100% on point for the outside of the avocado. So with that in mind, we are also going to make a we're going to match up a bobbin. So I'm going to put some thread on this one. I bought some, y'all going to see me sipping this ginger ale because every now and then my voice still completely goes away. I feel like the more I talk, it seems like it gets a little bit better, and then out of the blue, my voice just goes. And this ginger ale seems to, like, you know, all the carbonation seems to make it better. So as I feel my throat getting scratchy, I'm just going to sip it. Okay. So is anybody making a Halloween costume this year for themselves or somebody else? I have yet to sew one for myself. I made one for my grandson, as I said, every year since he's been born, and he'll be 3 this December. But I have not made one for myself. Halloween is one of my favorite times of the year because I do like to dress up. Last year I did salt and pepper. I did a 90s vibe. I did Mary J. Blige. For years I was a witch for years. But for the last 8 years I have not done the witch thing. But I have not made any of those. Those are all outfits that I've kind of put together with either stuff I had or bought. And I keep saying I'm going to start way ahead of time and make me a costume, but I have not done it yet because I'm fully capable of doing it. Okay, what did I do? All right, green is done. And now I'm just going to thread this needle. So the first thing that it has us do is it has us do a stay stitch around the neck. So we are going to do that. And there's 3 pieces that we have to do it on: the front, the back, and the arms. So because the way this pattern is cut is that the arms around the shoulders, those pieces go up to the neck. So we're going to put that stay stitch in place. Put that right there. And that's what we're going to do. Let me move all of this extra stuff out the way for right now. Okay. So I'll tell you the things that I'm modifying as we get to this, because I'm modifying a lot of this pattern. So this is the full sleeve. I'm not doing a full sleeve because, as y'all saw in the picture, which I'll continue to show you periodically, this one is this like sleeveless. So I will be making an additional cut to this to simulate a sleeveless pattern. But because I wasn't clear about how much I needed to cut because of the way that this arm, it's like a raglan arm, I left some of it on. But what we're doing right now is I'm going to do a stay stitch at the top. And this is pattern piece number 5. So last week, as I mentioned, I was sick all week, but I also had to travel because I had my okay, 1/2 inch. So it's a 1/2 inch stay stitch. I had my conference for work last week, so I was traveling with my allergies completely flared up. I'm telling you. And Las Vegas is about the driest place. It is not the best place for somebody who has allergies because it's dry. It is super dry there. All right, one down. So these are the arms. And we're going to also do the front and the back. So let me just show you this. So here's another modification that I did. So as you can see, this is like a onesie. This pattern is cut like a onesie, but I am taking it basically to the bottom of this circle piece. So I basically cut everything below that, the circle piece. So here is the front. and I took it right to here. And this is what it would look like on the pattern. Because again, I'm not making the bottom. I got my grandson, I just bought him this 2-piece set to wear. It's like a green to wear, but it's a long sleeve shirt and pants to wear underneath of this. So that's what he's going to be wearing. Like I said before, I was very nervous that he would be too hot with this on. He needs to wear it to school, and then he's wearing it to go trick-or-treating. So I wanted to make it so that it's something he can take off and on. And I was like, yeah, he's not going to be able to do that if I make the pattern, if I follow the pattern instructions exactly. Okay, so this is the front. And do I have, I'm just going to stick a pin in this just to keep it together so I don't mix it up with the back. And then I did the same thing with the back. I cut it right below, and I lined it up with the front piece so that hopefully if I did everything correctly, the front and the back will line up perfectly when I sew the sides together. All right. So now we have put our stay stitch in place to the 3 pieces, which was the front and the back and the arms all around the neckline. And the next thing that we are doing is we are finishing our circular pieces. So I'm going to move this to the side and I'll show you. The piece that we're going to work on next. Now, I haven't ever made this before, so we are hacking this pattern together. That's what we're doing. We're hacking it together. Okay, so here is the belly piece, and this is going to make like the avocado part of the avocado, or the inside part of the avocado. So what it's telling us to do is to do a stay stitch at 3/8? Yes, 3/8 of an inch around the curved part of this, all the way around. And then we're going to fold it in and stitch it. So basically what we're doing is we're creating kind of a finished edge by doing the stay stitch and then folding that piece in, and then we're going to stitch all the way around that piece. So that is what we're going to do right now. And I am going to switch out my thread because I want it to match. So that is what we're going to do. We're switching out this thread. Where's my thread? And we're going to add some more onto this to make it match exactly. That's good enough. Okay. So I came home from Las Vegas last week and it was freezing here on the East Coast. I'm like, I was not ready. I was definitely not ready. Oh, I did not put the thread in there. So that's not going to work. All right, there we go. Okay. One down. Let's see if this is really going to help this. All right, I think it will. What I really want to see is if I can iron it. Oh. All right. I'm going to probably try to iron this and see if it helps it lay down any. We'll see. I got a little cover. I mean, a piece of fabric to put over top of it. Hi, Helen. Happy Friday. Yeah, when I tell you he loves avocado, I cannot wait until he puts this on. I'm very excited. Very, very excited about it. Okay, so basically what we're doing right now is we are preparing this center piece right here, which is going to serve as the avocado, the inside of the avocado. And what we have done so far is we put a stay stitch at 3/8 of an inch all the way around the side. And we are now going to take and try to press this under. It does say to, put some snips around the curve, which I think we will need to do to help it lay down. But before we do that, I am actually going to cut a piece of interfacing, because it does tell us to interface this, because this is also the piece where the zipper is going to be going. And even though I don't think it's going to be a huge issue, I just want to make sure that it's not an issue at all with the zipper coming out. So I am going to cut stab myself with the scissors. I'm just going to cut this piece. So actually, what I think I'm going to do is, instead of cutting it out, I'm just going to lay these down just like this. And I'm going to press it on here. Let me try one first, and then I could do the other one. Give it a little bit of steam. Hopefully this works. All right, let me try to cut this. This will be easier. This thing is so much easier than trying to cut it. Just trace right around it. All right, there we go. Oh. There we go. Oh yeah, I probably shouldn't have used steam. try without the steam. Just the heat. And then I do have my oh, you know what? And I gotta turn the heat up. Turn the heat down. So I'm turning the heat up now. And no steam. See if that makes a difference. And actually, I think I could probably. Can I iron straight on here? No, probably not. Okay, it does appear to be sticking. But don't iron directly. I don't think that is good. So we're probably not going to be able to iron it down, but I think I'll be able to fold it. All right. So let's let that cool off and we'll do this one. Same thing. No steam this time. So anybody working on anything? Anybody sewing anything this weekend? Any Halloween costumes? I can't believe nobody's sewing any Halloween costumes. If it weren't for my grandson, I probably wouldn't be sewing any either. But I just look forward to making his costume every year. It's like, I don't know. I just look forward to it. And costume, I was talking to my sister earlier today, and she was telling me the costumes are so expensive. I mean, it's been a while since, years since I bought like a store-bought costume fully. Like I always piecemeal pieces together, so I never buy like a complete thing. She was saying it's so expensive. If I had the time, I would probably make all my nieces and nephews costume, but they really go all in. They like to dress up for real, for real. So it would take time to really do them the way that they would want it done, because they do not play. All right, let's iron it on this side. And I think that should give us what we're looking for in terms of really sticking to this. Hi, Kay. Happy Friday. Welcome. Thank you for joining. So we are working on the inside of the avocado. We are putting on the interfacing. And we're hacking this pattern. And we're hacking view A, which is I guess what is view A? View A is the deer. So we are hacking the deer. Is what we're doing. So I'm just putting the interfacing on because we will have a zipper. Okay, I think we are good to. Oh, nope, that's not what I meant to do. I think we're good to go. I feel like we got a good, nice stick to this. I don't think it's coming off. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good to go. So I'm gonna put this over here. And as I mentioned, the next step is we have to press, or we're not gonna press it down because I don't think it's, we are going to fold in this piece that we on the stitched line. We're going to fold it back and we're going to stitch it down, basically to create the finished edge, and we're only doing it on the curved edge. So let me just see, turn under along the stitching. Let's see, turn under. Oh, it wants us to turn under and then pin it, and then we're going to stitch it. So actually, it doesn't want us to stitch it in advance. It just wants us to turn it under. But in my opinion, I think we should just, yeah, do it all at once. Because it's not, I don't think it's going to stay if we turn it. No, I don't think it's going to stay. All right, so we'll turn it when it's time to stitch it, because it's not going to stay. I don't think it'll be a waste of time, especially if we don't press it. So then the next thing that we are doing, we're skipping some of the steps. So let me tell you that too, because we don't have to do everything the way that it's doing it. So we are going to pin this down. And then after we pin it down, we're actually going to put the zipper in. So I'm going to get the front pieces. So let me find the front. That's the back. So here is the front. And I'm opening them up. Put that to the side. And then we're going to take this piece and we're lining it up with the raw edge. And at the top, like that. And let's do one at a time. And then I'm just going to start pinning this, and I'm going to fold it under when I pin it on. And if I have any problems with it, then I will clip it, just because it is going to be going around a curve. You know what? I want to want this to be lined up around the neck a little bit more. All right, there we go. All right, so I'm folding it under, and then I'm pinning it. And again, the purpose of that is to give it the raw edge. I mean, the finished edge. Get rid of the raw edge. And the stay stitch actually does help quite a bit with turning it under. Ooh. Hi, Shanique. I'm sewing a Nova jumpsuit this weekend. Okay. Everyone loves a good jumpsuit. I actually am going to be doing a jumpsuit myself. I was waiting. The plan was always to wait till after this week that just passed for it to. This month is my busiest work month, one of my busiest work months, and the plan was always to wait for this month to go, and then to start working on it. I'm doing one of the Nomi jumpsuits. Like I already got my fabric and everything. I'm doing it in a military, what is it? Like a fatigues fabric that I bought a while ago to make something else with and never made it. So I'm going to start working on that. And I think it's going to take me quite a bit of time. All right, this feels pretty good. Hey, Tadri. I got your shirt on. Got your shirt on. Okay. So this is what it looks like, pinned down. And again, we're going to be stitching all the way around this part at some point, and the zipper is going to go on this part. So that's nice and neat. We're going to put that to the side, and now we will do this one the same. And I'm just folding it down right along that stay stitch to give it that perfect finished edge. This is felt. Thank you for asking, Tydri. Yes, this is all of the fabric besides the lining in the hood is felt. And the lining in the hood, what did I do it in? Oh, I did it in I don't know why I did it in a linen. I just was looking for scrap fabric, and I had pulled out some cotton. I'm sorry, not cotton. I pulled out some what was the fabric I had pulled out? Anyway, I pulled another fabric scrap, and I didn't have enough, so I had to use something else. I was like, he's wearing this one time. So I wasn't cutting into any brand new fabric. So I was trying to figure out. So yeah, but it's all felt except for the lining in the hood. And I'm using white for the hood, which is probably not a good color for a hood. It's probably going to be so dirty. But like I said, 2/3-year-olds grow so quickly. It's not like he's going to wear this again next year. He won't be. So I was like, you know what? I feel like I've used felt I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think I have used felt literally for every Halloween costume I've made my grandson so far. We do a lot of work for once. Yes, right? We do a lot of work for a one-time wear. That's why I was like, okay, let me not spend the most money. Because let me tell y'all probably know this, but it's levels to felt. It's all felt is not created equal. It's levels to it, and it can be very expensive. It is levels to it, okay? So yeah, we was not breaking the bank for a one-time wear costume. And I was saying this earlier, Tydri, my sister, who, her kids are really into the dressing up and costume thing. She was like, the costumes have gotten so expensive. I'm like, yeah. Okay. So now we have the second one on, and it's going to look so neat once we sew it down. The main thing is to just make sure that I sew it in a way that the folded piece stays folded under, so it continues to have that nice, neat, finished look. Okay. All right. Now that we have pinned that down, it is telling us to stitch the front sections together. So right sides facing. Oh, did it not want us to stitch this down first? Oh, it does. Okay. It wants us to do a basting stitch all the way around. So we are going to do that. I don't know why it's a basting stitch, but okay. Why only a basting stitch? Okay, so basically what it's saying is baste down the raw edge and then sew around this circular or the finished edge. Right, right. No, they look, that's what my sister was telling me. She was like, it's so expensive. If she knew how to sew, but she has 4, so it might, I don't know. But definitely, I mean, it's to me, I love making my grandson because when I see his pictures, I'm like, oh, yes, I made that. I feel so good about it. So good. Okay. So now I'm doing a basting stitch only down the raw edge, and then we're going to do a finished stitch down the curved edge. feel like that's good. And now we are going to do our regular stitch, and we're doing the edge. Did they tell us? We're doing I guess we're doing 5/8, but I want to make sure because we only curved it under 3/8, so I'm actually going to do less than 5/8 because I want to make sure that the part that we turned under actually catches, and we'll have no problems. All right, so far so good. All right, I think we have done one side. This one's a little bit up, but that's okay. I think we got it the way we want it. And we have to remember to also we have to put our pit on too. We can't forget about the pit. So we got to do the same thing with the pit. But first things first, we are going to stay stitch our raw edge. And then we're gonna do a regular stitch on our curved edge. And then we'll do the avocado pit. And then once we do the avocado pit, we will put the zipper on. So far, I'm feeling really good about this hat. Hey, Shamir. I'm feeling really good. Okay, once I sew this on, I will give an update where we are at. what we have to do next. So right now I'm putting the permanent stitch around the inside of the avocado. See this little piece tucking up, so I have to tuck it back down. Make sure it stays. This is going to be so cute. I'm very excited about it. Isn't it awesome when you have a vision, you hack something, you have a vision, and it just comes together? I know I'm speaking too prematurely, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Almost there. Here's another little piece that I think is coming up. I'm just making sure this is tucked under there the best that it can be. All right, I think I got it. All right. Just a little bit out, but you get the point. This is the front. Got a little avocado pit. Okay. Our little avocado. We got to put the pit on next. Okay. So for those that are just joining, we are taking Simplicity 9155 and we are doing view A, which is this view right here. And we are hacking it because we are not making a deer costume. We are making an avocado costume. And here is our inspiration right here. That's our inspo. Except for my grandson is 3, so we are not doing the bottom this way. We actually are taking it across and doing elastic at the bottom, so it's going to look more like this Carter's costume at the bottom. And so we are doing a lot of modifications to this, including we have taken everything below the circular piece off. And because this has raglan arms, we're going to do some kind of hack to that too. So right now, here is what we have done. And we are about to take our little avocado pit. It's going down the bottom. Oh, this is so cute. So I'm folding it in half. And I'm going to cut it down the middle because half is going on one and half is going on the other. I didn't realize when I was researching this, there were so many pregnant avocado costumes. I was like, okay, so when you're pregnant, you have to be an avocado. Basically, that's what the internet says. Because the number of pregnant avocado costumes that I saw, I was like, okay, that's what we doing. All right, so we are going to do the same thing with these avocado pieces in that we're going to do that stay stitch all the way around. And then we are going to sew it on just like we did. And here's our thread. So the only downside about this costume is that you do kind of have to switch the thread up like a billion times or 3 times because we got 3 main colors: dark green, lime green, and then this brown. So you do kind of have to do that, but it's not the worst. It's not the worst thing in the world that you have to switch the thread up. It just takes a little bit of time. The good news is this is the last color, so we don't have to make any more bobbins. And I don't have to use a lot of this because guess what? We only sewing this one piece on. Oop. Oh man. All right. Needle is threaded. It's up there. And we're doing the stay stitch, and that's just going to help us get that nice little circular finished edge. No, you didn't just get stuck in there. I didn't put I got too close to the edge. All right, let's try this again. I'll try this. All right. Here we go. Let's try this again. All right, one down. One more to go. Once we get this part on, it's going to really be like an avocado. Once we put the pin on. All right. Now let me line these up, make sure they will be lined up like a real pit. Look at that. I'm so proud of myself. This looks so good. I guess I just have to make sure the pit is really lined up. I think that's good enough. It's a one-time thing. I have to keep telling myself that. All right, so I'm pinning this down. And then we're going, then we're going to do the same thing we just did. Hey, Jalen. He's going to look so cute. I'm very excited. Shamir, what are you sewing? Oh, this is just going to be so cute. Hey, Jalen. Okay. First pit is on. Look at that. So we are going to just do a basting stitch right down this part, and then we're going to do a regular stitch all the way around. But before we do that, let's pin this other side down just so it could be in the same place since I had them all lined up. Oh, you're not, you said nothing. Okay. I feel you. I feel you on that. Well, thank you for watching. If this continues to go as planned, no, you know what? I'm not even going to put it in the universe. I'll wait and save my statement to the end. I will save it to the end. What time is it? Okay, we are at the 1 hour mark. And we are doing really good with our time. Part of me feels like I picked that dark green zipper and I probably need to do the light green, but it's not exactly right, but anyway, I need your help. Y'all give me some feedback because the zipper is going to be right where the inside of the avocado is. And I actually think I have a zipper that is exactly lime green because that one I just pulled out is not lime green. Or it looked like it was lime green till you put it next to the real lime green. And then you realize. I'm going to tell you something about green. Green is a color that if you wear green, you can never, if you have two greens, you got to buy them together because it's so many shades of green. Or pick another color because You will not get the same shade if you think, oh, I got something that matched that perfectly. No, and when you get home, ow, that really hurt. When you get home, it will not be matching. Take it from somebody who knows, who has purchased and returned greens. Because I do like hunter green. It's like one of my colors I like. And it's like a million of them. Okay. Can you go through or what? Okay, there we go. All right, here we go. Second one on. And now we're going to stitch. We will do our basting stitch first. And then we'll do our circular stitch. Yay, that looks so good. That was the basting stitch. Now we're doing the regular. Here we go. Okay. Can't wait to show this to y'all. It's looking so good. Knock on wood. Boom. Look at that. Avocado pit number 1 is in. Now let's work on the second one. Starting with the basting stitch at the raw edge. Gotta make sure it's stretched out. It's not. And I'm just making sure that this folded edge is folded. here. Hopefully. All right, now we're doing our finished edge. So turning it back to 2.5. There we go. I actually thought it would be a lot harder to keep this little edge folded under, but it's staying under pretty well. All right, this one, here we go. All right, now it's telling us right sides together to basically sew the front pieces. So we're gonna sew them not all the way up because we're putting the zipper in. And let me see it. Yep, here we go. The only thing is this is an invisible zipper and this is not, but we might actually go with the invisible zipper. All right, so what I'm doing next is I'm matching these pieces up. I'll put a couple of pins in here, particularly the zipper is going to go all the way to the avocado pit. I hope that's enough because this is not stretchy. So, not stretchy fabric. I just stuck myself again. Reminds me all the reasons why I stopped. I try not to use stick pins. Okay. All right, so I'm basically stitching from the bottom here all the way to the top of the avocado because this is where we're going to put the zipper at, right here. Yeah, and it doesn't matter what thread I'm using because this is not going to be, the stitch is not going to be seen. And I'm sewing this at 5/8 of an inch, which should hide all of our stitches because they were all less than that. But we did basting stitches, so if they do have to come out, they can. Ooh, that was close. And back stitch. Okay, let's see. Ooh, look at our avocado. It's not looking too lined up. So the bottom is lined up, but the avocado pit is not lined up. Hmm. I don't like that. Let me think for a minute. I don't know how that happened. All right, we're gonna fix it. What is it? 122. Okay. We're gonna fix it. This is the best part about having thread that doesn't match. So lesson number 1, spend more time marking out the avocado pit. Because they do need to line up. It's important. At least be way closer than what mine are. Oop. Felt is forgiving. So I'm going to take off, I think, one of the pits and re-put it back on. Center it and re-put it back on to make sure it lines up. All right. All right, so I think I'm taking this one off. So I'm starting by taking off the basting stitch first, because obviously that is the easiest to take off, or should be. And then I could take the other pieces off. Should only have to cut a couple of these. Yep, there we go. Only had to cut one. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it was way off. So definitely want to fix it. All right, okay. Basting stitches off. Now of my regular stitch. This. All right, there we go. Okay, this is not bad either. Coming off much better. Okay, good news is that it's going much faster than I thought. Good news is also that it's easily fixable. So I didn't take when I sewed the two fronts together, I didn't take the stitch all the way out. I only took it down to the bottom, to the right just below the pit, so that I can reposition the pit so that it lines up when I stitch it back on. Are y'all getting ready for fall? So outside of summer, because it's hot, fall is my next best season because I love knee-high boots. I love trench coats. I mean, to me, sometimes my outerwear is my outfit. I don't even want to take it off when I go inside. I just feel so, like, for somebody who doesn't like cold, I like cold weather clothes. I love sweaters, like sweaters, some knee boots, a hat. You can't tell me nothing. Okay. I'll be feeling my best. Okay. We got it off. It doesn't look horrible. Doesn't look horrible. Take off all of my little threads. All right, now the goal is to figure out where do we need to be putting this. I'm putting this on this side. Sorry, I'm just taking all the old thread off. Okay. Okay. Now that we have, okay, here we go. I am literally going to line the bottom of this up with the bottom of this. All right, let me just make sure. All right, I gotta put it a little bit lower. Again, I'm just spending a little bit of extra time because I don't want to sew this thing back up and it's not lined because it's so obvious when it's not lined up. It's got to be lined up. Well, close. Not perfect, but close. Okay. And, what in the world is going on? Why can't I line this up perfectly? All right, let's try this again. All right, maybe this is what I have to do. This is very hard to do without a, well, not hard, you just have to take your time because there is no pattern. So you don't know exactly where you're putting it. So I'm kind of makeshifting, matching this up. All right. This, I think I got it. I think I've gotten it. Okay, bottom is good. And the top. Okay, bottom is good. So I just have to maybe stretch the top up some. Yep, okay, I think I got it. Just do one more double check. And I think we'll be good. Just sew it back on. Ouch. Okay. Yep, there we go. That's, I think, is it. Okay. Much better. So now we're going to sew it back on. We'll sew it back on. I definitely underestimated the effort that it would take to line this up. But I think our work has paid off. I think. And all right, now I've gotten it all pinned, and it's pinned exactly where it should be, I hope. Because guess what? We're not doing it again. Okay. Take this out. And we're going to sew this basting stitch back on. Or maybe not. Maybe we would just... All right. All right, here we go. All right. Why? Just double checking it. All right. I think that's about as good as we're going to get in terms of matching this up. Okay. Just making sure that our avocado pit is as round as it can be. Okay, so we are almost done putting our second avocado pit and praying that it is fully aligned. But guess what? It doesn't matter because what we're not going to do is take it out again. But y'all can learn from me. Making sure this. Okay. See? Woo! Just like that. I'm thinking I'm fine. And it came back. Hey, Julian. Okay, so now we are going to sew our front to our back. No, our front, right front to the left front. All the way to the top of the avocado pit. And it might not be 100% aligned, but guess what? It's okay. We did our best. And there we go. Let's see. Do you think we did better this time around? Why does it look exactly the same? Maybe a teeny tiny bit better. But we leaving it. This is it. This is what we got. This is what we got. Okay. Now we are putting in the zipper. And we have an invisible zipper that we are putting in. Hey, Aisha. So where is our zipper? I feel like, oh, here it is. So originally I was going for the dark zipper, but realizing that the zipper is literally right here, we cannot have a dark zipper. We got to have a lime green zipper. It just has to be. Period. So and this lime green is not, it's closer than the other one, so it's going to have to do. But the good news is that it is an invisible zipper, which I wasn't doing initially, but there's that. And I can't even tell you that I've ever put a zipper in on felt before, honestly. I cannot say that I ever have. But there's a first time for everything. And I'm not going to cut this zipper tape all the way until I try it on my grandson, because just in case I can't get it on him, because kids have big heads, so I might need to take the zipper down more. So there's that. So what I'm doing now is I am affixing the zipper tape to, and part of me wants to use the actual zipper tape that I used to tape this zipper tape down. But if I have to take it out, sometimes it makes it more difficult to take it out. So I'm not going to do that. Just in case I need to take it out. To extend it down. Yeah, this is going to be okay, I think. I think it's going to be okay. They do have big heads. Oh my goodness. You know they do. You know they do. They got big old heads. So we got to make sure that we don't do all this work, they can't fit it. So I'm prepared if I need to take the zipper all the way down. But I would like to just be able to do it right above the avocado pit. That would be great. Okay, there we go. So of course that'll be closed. So it doesn't look as bad. It's not 100% lined up, but it doesn't look as bad. At least the bottom part is lined up. Much better. Okay. So with that, let me sew the zipper on. Yeah, this thing is thick. It's going to be warm. I don't see him being able to keep this on all day. At all. At all. I just don't see it. All right. Oh, you know what? Well, I guess maybe it doesn't matter. It's not like you're going to be able to see it. I was going to change my thread, but it doesn't matter. You're not going to be able to see. And like I said, if I have to take it out, it'll actually be better. All right, so I'm putting this stitch in first. Aisha, you sewing anything? That's what I'm talking about. I hate that. All right. I've stitched it in place and now I am stitching it right into this groove. Ooh. All right, let's see. All right, so far so good. All right. Okay, that looks pretty good. And now I have to pull this zipper back up. Otherwise, it will never be able to get back up. All right, there we go. All right, one side on. Now we just got to do this side, which is going to be the harder of the two sides because I can't pull the zipper all the way down, but won't be bad. Okay, so I'm going to do a basting stitch on first, and then I will do the the stitch that will get us the invisible stitch, the visible zipper. right. Now, here we go. I wasn't planning on doing an invisible zipper for this, but part of me is kind of glad that it is. Excuse me. Part of me is kind of glad that it is because my zipper tapes didn't match as good as I thought they did. So it kind of works out the way it should. All right, let me try to make sure I can zip in this. Come on. Don't tell me it's too close. Oh, right there. Yep, on this one little piece. Right at the end. Maybe not. It should be okay. Something is not happy. I don't feel like it's on this side. That's all okay. I'm trying to figure out where it's stuck because none of it is really in the zipper teeth. All right, let's try this one more time. All right, there we go. It's like, what? Okay. So the only thing I need to do is stitch this piece. And I think we'll be good. Okay, here we go. So our avocado is not perfect at the top, but it's good at the bottom. Here's our zipper. I'm gonna work on this zipper, loosening it up a little bit so it's not so difficult to take up and down. Sometimes like just putting the iron over the teeth and pushing them out helps. But open and cutting all these other yarns away too. Threads also to make sure they don't get stuck will also help. All right. So we have added our zipper. We've aligned our avocado pit to the best of our ability. It's not too bad, right? It's not too bad. And now we need to, our next step is, what is our next step? Our next step, we put the zipper in. Is to stitch the back, the center back. Okay, so all of this is the front, which for our avocado is where all of our main pieces are. So now we are going to stitch the back. So I'm gonna put our front to the side. And I'm pulling out our back. We don't have anything that goes into the seam of the back. Avocados don't have no tails. They don't have nothing that goes in the back. So we are literally just going to stitch up and down the back. And I'm switching back to our green thread. Not that it matters so much because you won't see this, but I think everything else that we have to sew at this point is going to be in the green. So I think we might as well. All right, and let me just put my green bobbin in. And I think we're good to go. Okay, not tonight. Angel had her final XC meet this morning, so I'm tired. I understand. Been up since 5 a.m. She pee. Oh, okay, congratulations, Angel. That's awesome. I know that's right. I will be chilling. Yes, I know. I have had a long week. I've had literally 5 a.m. mornings because I stayed on East, even when I was in Las Vegas, I stayed on East Coast time the entire time that I was there. So I've been up at like 4 or 5 a.m. Like today was literally probably the first day I've actually had a regular, normal 8 hours of sleep. And got up at like my normal time. Actually later than my normal time. I was tired. Your girl was tired. Okay. front and the back have been sewn together at the back seam. And now it wants us to do the arms. So here's what the back will look like. And again, these have the raglan arms. So this is a little tricky for me because again, the whole goal was for it to be sleeveless, but because these have raglan arms, I had to like figure this part out, which we need that middle piece because it comes up through the neck. So yeah, there's that. So this is what I have cut, but I really wasn't sure what to get rid of because I know we need that piece. So what we're going to do is we are going to follow this, but I might end up taking it apart later because the whole goal is for him not to have a sleeve, for it to be sleeveless like a vest. But I don't know how to convert this yet until I put it together. So what it's telling us to do is to basically make a, because there's elastic in the full sleeve. So they're telling us to turn this up. And then yeah, so maybe we're going to skip this step because I do plan to cut this to make it just around the arm part. And I will know what that looks like once we connect all the pieces. And that is the very next step, is to connect the sleeves to the front and the back. So we're going to do that right now. And then I will know exactly what I need to get rid of. So right now we are connecting. Oh, okay. And you have notches. I don't know if you can see that, but this is the sleeve on this side. This is the back. So I'm just going to pin these. And then once I figure out exactly what of this sleeve I can cut to make it sleeveless and just keep the shoulder piece, the plan is to cut it so that it is more like a vest. Okay, so that's that side. And wrong way. Right side's facing is what it must be. So what I'm doing right now, just to reiterate, I am attaching the sleeve to the front and the back. I had skipped the step where we are creating a casing around the bottom of the sleeve because I don't plan on having a sleeve. It's going to be sleeveless, which that was the not worst part, but that was the hardest part about using this pattern, is that it has raglan sleeves, which are very hard to convert to a, excuse me, to a sleeveless pattern, right? So we're doing it together. We are going to do it together. The other good thing about felt is, although we're finishing it, we're doing things to have finished edges. Like I am going to put elastic at the bottom of this. But, excuse me. Y'all should have heard me last week. I ain't have no voice, nothing. Last Friday, anyway. I'm much better now than I was last week. All right, now, so I've gotten one side on, and now I'm gonna do the other side. And again, we have notches, so it does make it easier to know how to match it up because we have these notches. So it tells you the front, the back, all of the things. And here's the other side. Oh, is this the wrong way? It is. Thought this had two. Oh, that has one. Yep. Pay attention to your notches. That's like perfect. Okay. And pin the sleeve to the armhole edge of the front and the back sections, matching the small dots. Stitch. Okay. And then we're going to stitch all the way down. So let me show you what I've done. Okay. So these are all pinned right sides facing. So what you're looking at is just do like this. So actually this might be perfect because this is the sleeve right here. So I may not actually need to cut anything. Might actually be perfect as is. So this is it right here. What I'm going to be sewing is basically right here. Right here. And then I guess I am going to have this little teeny piece, but I'm going to sew then from here all the way down on one side. And excuse me. Then here all the way down on the other side. Hey, Terrence. So that is what I'm about to do right now. And then the sleeves, I'm basically gonna do both of these parts. I'm gonna do the sleeves, front and the back, and then I'm gonna sew down on the sides. And then the last thing we have is the hood to attach. And then I'll do the elastic probably offline. That's probably what I'll do. But then you at least get to see like what the whole thing is looking like. Okay, so let's put the sleeves on. The sleeves and the shoulders. Terrence, what you working on? You sewing anything or you resting this weekend? We got a room full of resting sewists, which we deserve our rest. I'll be the first one in line. Ooh. So far, so good. This is turning out really good. I was very nervous because, you know, it's a hack. They don't always turn out the way you want them. So, yeah. Rest. Oh, you're in a lot of pain. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better. I'm very sorry to hear that. Oh, I was like, what is that? Okay, one side. One arm, I should say, not one side, one arm, one arm, one arm. One arm. No, that's what I'm going to be doing the rest of this weekend because I travel again all next week. So as you can see, I still got a little bit of this post-nasal drip allergy thing. At least my nose is not clogged up. That's the worst. But I'm trying to be 100% going into next week. And I know rest is the only thing that's going to get you there. The only thing that's going to get you there is rest. So, yes, I definitely hope you feel better. All right, last shoulder arm piece. You know what's so crazy? I'm sitting up here sewing my grandson's, Halloween costume, right? And at this moment in time, it's like, I just realized, like, I'm a grandmother. Like, I guess I didn't think, like, oh, I'm going to be that person that's, like, sewing my grandkids' stuff. That's, like, a real aha moment, right? Just a funny thought. Okay. Now, before we turn this over, we are going to line these sides and arms up. We're going to just sew them. They're very short, so it's going to be almost like a sleeveless vest because there's really nothing here. And I'm glad I didn't put the elastic piece on there because there's been nothing to put elastic on. Jalen, we are almost done. We literally have to sew up these sides and then the hood. And the hood, we do have some little attachments to put on the hood, the little leaf, avocado leaf. If you pick an avocado out of the avocado field, it will have a little leaf in the top. So we have a little leaf. That we are going to stitch into the center. You said who decided on the avocado? My grandson. he loves fruit and vegetables. Like he knows the name of every fruit and every vegetable. I wanted to make him a pineapple, but he wanted to be an avocado. So yes, I know. He knows every fruit. Look, when I went to Aruba, I went into the Crocs store and I got him some Crocs, and literally the little things that you put on is fruits and vegetables, and it's a big giant avocado on the front of his shoe. He loves fruits and vegetables. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. He knows every fruit, every exotic or not. I'm telling you, he can identify every single fruit. When you see him walking around talking about avocado, dragon fruit, like he knows every fruit. Eggplant, like whatever, every fruit or vegetable, he knows it. So yeah, he wants to be avocado. He's going to be so happy when he sees this thing. I'm telling you. Like, Jalen, you're going to have to record it because it's going to be hilarious. It is going to be hilarious, Terrence. I'm telling you. If he was here right now, he would be telling you every fruit, every vegetable. He'd be naming them. But you know what else, Terrence? Look, when I was looking online for like my inspiration, I didn't think I would find any avocado costumes. It's tons of them, okay? Especially for pregnant women. But it's tons of them for kids too. Like, it's a very popular costume. More popular than I thought. Because I definitely thought I was going to be on my own. But I was able to find some inspo. All right, one side down. One side to go. Then we just got our hood. No. What happened to my needle became unthreaded, so I gotta rethread it over this whole piece. Ah. So November 1st, I am starting my health and nutritious kick. I got to get back on track. Yes, Terrence, time goes so quickly. I'm like, I can't believe this is the third Halloween costume I'm making for my grandson already. It's crazy. I still remember making the pumpkin. Like, it's so crazy. That was his first costume. I made him a pumpkin. And here we are 3 years later. It's crazy. I say that all the time. Right? Time is just flying by. Okay. I'm just dropping everything on the floor. Okay. We have stitched the front to the back. Excuse me. Let me just show y'all the avocado. Hopefully his little arms can fit in here. He could. He's little. Okay, this will be perfect. So at the bottom, as I mentioned, so here's his little, here's this thing so far. I'm going to have elastic at the bottom. So there will be elastic at the bottom. And then we just have the last part, which is, where is it? Oh, here it is. Which is his hat, the hood that goes on here. Okay, so for the hood, we are stitching the hood pieces together. So we have, this is the lining for the hood. I don't really know if we even need a lining, but what we do need is, this is the leaf. So we need to stitch the leaf. It's 2 pieces, so I'm just basically going to stitch around. And then we're sticking it into the hood so that when we sew the hood together, it will be kind of stuck in there. Let me just show you for reference. So, hold on. Actually, it's this piece. Where's my little piece at? Well, here it is. So I actually have this little piece. Where is it? So we got to stick that in the middle, but where is our... Oh, here it is. Okay. So here's our little piece. We're going to sew this together. And then we're going to stick that little leaf in there. And then this goes in, excuse me. This goes into the hood. Okay. So here's our little piece. I'm going to cut this off. Make it very rounded. And I gotta flip this, but it's not the easiest thing to flip or to turn. But it's going. Yes, it was. I know. Terrence, time just goes so quickly. It was crazy. I mean, it's just so quick how much time is just flown by. Yes. Come on. I already got it like a third turned. Turning is the thing I hate to do the most. It's like my least favorite thing to do. Especially because this stuff is thick. Here we go. You gotta use your teeth sometimes. Not if you're making it for somebody else, but this is my grandson's, so I could do that. Halfway. Here we go. Uh-oh. There we go. Got a big piece through. All right, maybe I can push it through this way now. Yay. Okay. Got it almost 90% of the way. Okay, there we go. Boom. So this is going in the middle, and then we just have to, I'm just going to make this a little more narrower. This is a big old leaf for a little stem. Does that look like a leaf? All right. I'm sewing this, and then I'm turning this. Uh-oh, this one. All right, and I'm just going to clip that. Clip this. We're going to turn this. Same as we did the other one. All right. It's going through a little easier than the other one. Okay, okay, okay. All right, there we go. Leaf is oops. All right, there's our leaf. And oh, this is probably supposed to go on the inside of here. And I just saw a little hole in my leaf. I'll fix that real quick. Just fix. Really, really, really. All right. Let's see if I can fix this little hole. All right, very good. That's fixed. All right, now we got our leaf, and now we just need to stick our leaf inside here. Just made a little hole in there. We're going to stick our edge of our leaf right inside and sew it down. Oh, it probably should have been that way, but it's okay. Yep, there we go. All right, here's our leaf, our little leaf. And now we're going to put it right in the middle of our seam. So when we sew all of this together, the leaf will be right on top. And I'm just going to stick a little pin. Now let me see what they have us doing. Okay. So I'm sewing the front to the back. All right, look at that. Leaf is on. Here we go. Look at that. That's the leaf. Boom. Okay, now we are stitching the hood on, or do they want us? So we got to put the hood onto the jacket. Okay, onto the main part. Now, did they want us to put the lining on first too? Part of me is not wanting to do the lining because why? Why? But I also want to see if it is needed. Let's see. If it is needed. Let me see. Yeah, we're gonna skip the lining piece. It is a finishing piece so that the inside of your hood is finished, but I think we'll be okay. I think we will be okay. So we are gonna unzip. We're unzipping. And we are going to be matching our notches. So we're going to do right sides together. So we're about to attach the hood. So we're doing right sides together, matching up the notches. So there's elastic that goes in two parts of this around the hood and around the bottom. So, yeah, I just don't think that. Let me see, is this going all the way to the edge? It is. I just don't think we need the lining. One is going to be a pretty hot, which is the other reason why I'm kind of glad I'm making it this way so he can take it on and off if he does get hot. You're almost done. All right, so I've just basically placed this hood right sides facing, matched up the notches, and pinned it all the way around so that the raw edges are even. So let me just make sure. So, here's the hood attached. To the main thing, and I'm just going to stitch all the way around. And I just want to make sure that I had to turn the zipper out. Clip neck edge of garment to stay stitching. Okay. Uh-uh. Pin hood to costume, matching the center, back seams, large dot stitch, trim seams, and yes, I think when that is finished, it's going to be like that. Okay. Charge your glass to the full functionality. So I turned the zipper all the way out and lined the edge of the hood and then pinned it all the way around, and now I'm about to stitch it all the way around. And again, it's right sides together. And that will attach the hood to the rest. And I'm making sure that all my raw edges are lined up as well. All right, we are very close. And I'm just making sure that my seams are open so that it's not bulky. Almost there. Oh yeah, okay, that's going to turn in. Okay. So here we go. This is what it looks like before I add the elastic. It feels so little, but I know he'll be able to fit it. And the only thing I'm going to do next is I am going to make this casing so I can add this elastic around the hood. So I'm gonna cut this off. All right. I'm creating my casing and also adding my elastic in one fell swoop. We are almost to the finish line. Almost to the finish line. Ooh, can't get my, you don't want to get my my leaf stuck in there. Mm. All right, we are literally just about done. I just accidentally sewn my elastic in here. And that was not intentional. Okay, here we go. All right, there we go. So now I'm going to take this end and stitch it right in there. All right, I think we have done. I think we are done. Okay, so the only thing I'm going to do next is put some elastic at the bottom. And literally, he is going to wear this with this long sleeve shirt underneath and these jogger pants underneath. He does have some cargo pants too that if it is colder he could put underneath, but they just don't match as good as this. As you can see, these match really well with it. But I'm going to just put the elastic. I'm going to create a casing and put a piece of elastic down the bottom. And that is going to be our avocado. Yeah, that's going to be our avocado. Yep, here we go. I figure I might as well. I said I wasn't going to do it, but I'm like, I might as well. Ooh. Yeah, okay. Ooh, that's gonna be terrible. I'm trying to get that in there. All right, I put the casing in the bottom, I think. Taking out this one part. Yeah, it didn't. All right, I'm gonna feed this elastic here, and then literally we will be done. I just need here we go. It's all out. Okay. Now I just need to all right. Here we go. 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 Our little avocado. All right. And I think we are done. I will make sure I post a picture of my grandson in his full avocado costume. The only thing that's missing is the elastic in the bottom, but I've already put in the casing. So all I have to do is sew it in, and that is it. We are done. We are done. Isn't this adorable? This is adorable. He is going to love it. And I will post pictures of him in this. It turned out pretty good, I think. I think it turned out pretty good. I'm very happy with it. Thank you. Thank you, Aisha. Thank you, Terrence. So when he has it on, I will definitely take pictures so you all can see, or my daughter will take pictures so you all can see, because she will be with him next Friday on Halloween. So he'll be wearing it to school, and then he'll wear it trick-or-treating. But this is his little avocado outfit. Yes. All right. Stay tuned for next Friday. I don't know what we're sewing yet. I'm all out of whack, but I'll figure it and I'll post it. Thank you, Marilyn. Yeah, so we used Simplicity 9159. We hacked it to make an avocado costume for my 3-year-old grandson. And I sewed this in a size large, by the way. This is a size large. So if you're wondering what the size is, it's a size large. That's it. All right. Until next week, I will see you all. Thank you for hanging in there with me for 3 hours and 17 minutes. I think we did good timing. But yeah, thank you. And I will see you all next week. Bye, everyone.
Let's get social. Come and sew with me. Let's get social. You know it ain't that hard to do. Let's get social.